Hi there, I'm Becca.
And I'm Natalia, and today we are talking about a part of FlexCare that many clinicians may not know about, but can make a big difference during an assignment.
Starting somewhere new as a travel clinician can be obviously very exciting, but it also comes with a ton of challenges, new units, new workflows, new teams, and sometimes there are situations where it just would be helpful to have someone talk you through it who's been there and understands that clinical side.
And that's exactly where FlexCare's clinical service team comes in.
So today we are joined by Arianna, Clarke, FlexCare's Director of Clinical Services. She's actually a registered nurse herself. She's a former traveler, and she supports our clinicians by offering clinical guidance, perspective, and helps you through your assignment. Welcome, Arianna. Thanks so much for chatting with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, let's just jump right in. We're going to start with an easy question first. Can you just tell us a little bit about what you do here at FlexCare?
I am the clinical director, so I help support clinicians. I help support our recruitment team as far as clinical concerns go. I help triage concerns with facilities, and really my role is support.
Tell us a little bit about your background as a nurse and traveler.
I've been a nurse for about 10 years. I've worked in multiple specialties: med-surg, PCU, IMCU, labor and delivery. I've been a charge nurse. I've been a clinical coordinator. I have floated pretty much to every specialty possible. So a little bit of everything. I've also traveled for 2.5 years. Me, my husband, and my kids, we went on the road for about 2.5 years in our camper and traveled to a lot of different states in the United States, and it was one of my favorite experiences.
What does clinical services actually do?
Well, we do a lot of things, but the number one thing that we do is support clinicians. It's my passion to help understand what clinicians are going through, to ensure that they feel supported while they're on assignment, answer any questions while they're on assignment if they feel uncomfortable with a certain situation, help triage any license issues that they may be having, and just help them to feel better understood as a clinical professional and as somebody who's been in their shoes.
When during an assignment might a traveler connect with clinical services?
I mean, pretty much any time that they need to hear from me. A traveler might connect with clinical services if there's any concerns from the facility, if they have any concerns with the facility. I like to ensure that we hear our clinicians out. I am just so happy to help and be an ear to listen to any concerns that they might have.
Why do you think it's so important for a travel healthcare company to have clinical leadership and support built in?
Our clinicians deal with really difficult things every single day, and they go into new environments and they go into new everything. I think it's really important to have that person who speaks their language and can truly relate to the issues and concerns that they're having.
How does your background as both a nurse and a traveler shape the way that you support clinicians today?
Feet on the ground understanding. I think when clinicians call me or when I call a clinician, it comes from a place of truly wanting to know what's going on, wanting to really hear them out, wanting to support them the best way that we possibly can, because I know how difficult it is. For me, given the fact that I have actually been at facilities as a traveler, I have a different understanding of what they're going through, not just from a clinical standpoint, but from a personal standpoint. I mean, I've dealt with all kinds of challenges in the hospital setting. I think it's really important to be there and to support them.
What are some of the most common challenges that travel clinicians experience, especially when they're starting a new assignment?
I would say, going into a new environment, they're having to learn new equipment, a new EMR system, a new team, a new workflow, new policies, new procedures. I mean, it's literally every challenge you face in a new career, but every 3 months,
What advice would you give a clinician who's starting a brand new assignment and feeling overwhelmed?
Oh, I can still remember my first travel contract. I literally traveled from Florida to Nevada and was absolutely terrified. Told my husband that I wanted to turn around and go back home. I was so scared. But my recruiter really made me feel supported and reminded me why I did this to begin with. I think having a community, whether that's your recruiter, whether that's your family or friends, to support you and help you to understand that you are fully capable of doing this is really important. I think going with the flow, I would say that was my number one thing I learned as a traveler. There's a lot of ups and downs in traveling and a lot of adjustments that have to be made. And then as far as like when you step onto the floor, the first thing I would always tell people was to build trust with the staff, whether that meant when I wasn't super busy asking anybody if they needed assistance. I just wanted to make sure that people knew that I was there to support and to provide the best patient care possible.
When clinicians reach out to you, what can they expect from that conversation?
I want them to know that it's a judgment-free zone. So anything that they want to say, I'm not judging them in any way, shape, or form. I want to truly understand and get to the root of whatever their concern is. And I want to make sure that they feel supported and valued in the conversation. My goal is to listen to what they have to say, to understand, and then for us to problem solve together.
What is one thing that you want clinicians to know about working with FlexCare?
I want them to know that we are the best travel company to work for. I mean, we truly value every single clinician that works for us. And we put a lot of work and effort into making sure that they feel supported through any and all of our systems. And I just really want them to know that here they're not a number, even though that's so cliche, but it's really true.
Do you have a story that you can tell us about one of your most impactful moments of being a clinician?
Yeah. I mean, I have been a part of a lot of life, and I've been a part of a lot of death and anything in between. But I would say my most impactful patient care moment was typically every day when I start my shift, I ask my patients, what is one thing that I could do for them that would make their day? And I had a patient who said he just wanted to dance. And I mean, he was like a total care patient, unable to get up and stand or dance, but we were able to get him in a lift and play some music and dance around the room with him, and it made his day. I mean, even till this day, I still stay in contact with his family. It was a really special moment for me.
As travel clinicians, you guys step into new environments, and having the right support behind you makes a huge difference. Our clinical service team exists to make sure that you feel heard, supported, and confident throughout your assignment.
At FlexCare, we believe support shouldn't stop once an assignment begins. Clinical services is one of the ways we help clinicians navigate the challenges that can come with stepping into these new environments.
If you are a traveler and want to learn more about how FlexCare supports clinicians throughout their assignments, reach out to us and check us out online at FlexCareStaff.com.
Bye!
Bye!